All right, guys, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be filling in a chart where we're going to talk about the division expression, which is just your division problem, how to write it in unit form, which is just going to kind of help us to understand from our drawings from yesterday. We're going to write our improper fraction. I'm going to give you a hint. All of them are going to be improper fractions. You are going to look at how to write that as a mixed number, which you guys already know how to do this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to check our work with a standard algorithm. So that means we're actually going to be dividing it, where our remainder is going to be our fraction. And then we're going to be able to check it where we take our whole number and we multiply it by, our divisor, where we multiply it by our quotient, and we just turn it into an addition problem, and then we can add it up. Okay, so in the end, this number should check with that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at 3 divided by 2. And when I think about this, guys, remember I've got 3 divided by 2. Okay, so how many halves do you have? Well, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 halves divided by 2 is going to give you 3 halves. And when I write 3 halves as the improper fraction, it's 3 halves. Okay, so then they've already turned this into a mixed number of 1 and 1/2. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this problem and I'm actually going to solve it. So I'm going to do 3 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 one time, and I get 1 and 1/2. Okay, so this answer should always check with that answer. Then to check my work, I'm going to take my divisor and I'm going to multiply it by my quotient. But instead of doing the multiplication, I'm going to add it. So I'm going to add 1 and 1/2. I'm going to add it 2 times. So I'm going to go 1 and 1/2 plus 1 and 1/2. Okay, so now what I can do is I can add these up. 1 plus 1 is going to be 2. And then I can add up my fractions, common denominator, so I don't have to change my denominators at all. So 1 plus 1 is 2 halves, which this actually equals 1. Okay, so then I've got 2 plus 1. My answer is 3, and it does check right up here. Okay, so it's pretty simple. With this one, we have to go a little bit backwards because this is 6 divided by 4. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do 6 divided by 4. They've already written this in my standard form, unit form of 24/4 divided by 4 is 6/4. Because guys, remember, if I were to draw that 6, and because I'm not going to do anything with this and it'll be easier to see this, if I create those into 4s, that gives me 24/4. Okay, to write this as my improper fraction is 6/4. Okay, because remember, it's 6 divided by 4. Okay, I'm going to turn it into my mixed number. Some of you guys might be able to already do this, but I can get my mixed number from doing this division problem. 4 goes into 6 one time. I'm going to subtract 4. I get 2 left over, and I get 1 2/4. Now, I do have 1 2/4, but I can also rewrite that as 1 and 1/2, okay, because I can simplify that. So now what I want to do is I want to take 1 2/4 and I want to multiply it by 4. So I'm going to do 4 times 1 2/4. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this 4 times. So I'm going to go 1 2/4 plus 1 2/4 plus 1 2/4 plus 1 2/4. Okay, so what I'm going to get is I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, because I'm going to add my whole numbers. So I'm going to get 4 plus, and then I'm going to add all these fractions, which 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 8/4. Okay, I don't want to leave 8/4. If you need to do this, 8 divided by 4, 4 goes into 8 2 times. It's a whole number. So this right here actually equals 2. So then 4 plus 2 is 6, and remember, it has to match that, and it does. Okay. The last one is 5 divided by 2. So I've already got my improper fraction of 5 divided by 2. Well, here's the thing, guys. If I do 5 and I divide it into 2, first of all, if I look at each of my wholes, I have a half. So how many halves do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 halves divided by 2 is going to equal 5 halves. Okay. So then I have 5 halves. That's how I write that. This is the improper fraction, which they've already done. So when I come and do 5 divided by 2, 2 goes into 5, goes into 5, 2 times minus 4, 5 minus 4, oh, sorry, is 1. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to think. I'm like, where am I getting 1/2? And there it is. So I've got 2 and 1/2. So what I want to do is I'm going to take 2 times, because remember, I'm checking my multiplication, or my answer, and this goes back to Module 2. So I'm going to do 2 times 2 and 1/2, which is also equal to 2 and 1/2 plus 2 and 1/2. We will be dividing our fractions here in a little bit, so don't worry about doing that division part. Just convert it into that adding part when you guys do this, and don't multiply it, okay? So now I can add it. I've got 2 plus 2 is 4. And then I've got 1 plus 2 is, or sorry, 1 plus 1 is 2 halves, which this actually equals 1. So basically what I have is 4 plus 1 is going to be 5, and it does check, okay? A lot of this is just writing these different ways, and that is it.